Now, the situation at Daybreak Foods has attracted widespread alarm. We discuss this further with JustOneLap Founder Simon Brown. Thank you so much for your time, Simon. What is your assessment of the current state of Daybreak Foods? How did they get here?
Evening, Tumisang. To be upfront, I mean, chicken farming is hard. We had Astral listed company. They had a trading update, I think, last week, and we can see that the industry is struggling. They've got high input costs, which is mostly your maize, which is feed. You've got Eskom costs, which are also escalating. High water costs. In some cases, you find that your Eskom and your water is not reliable. That adds extra cost to it. And then you've got challenges around avian flu. In some points, we get dumping out of South America and Europe. So it is a very, very tough industry to operate in. And in the listed space, we've got operators who've been doing it for decades. And truthfully, they're not always profitable. At times, they are losing money. And I think maybe this is what has befallen Daybreak. There might be issues of mismanagement. I don't have insight to that. But certainly an industry which is very volatile and at this point is struggling across both listed and by all accounts, the unlisted as well.
With how you've described the industry as well as the situation faced by Daybreak, can this company be saved? Because we've seen the PIC as a shareholder promising to support that particular business. And is business rescue even an option at this late stage?
So it absolutely can be saved. I mean, it is one of the beauties of the industry. It's very quickly moving from getting the live chicks to sort of taking them out. I mean, that is about a 35 or 40-day period. So they can recapitalize and really get back on their feet. Truthfully, I mean, they can be up and running again and generating revenue by the middle of next month. It is that sort of speed to it, but it needs a couple of things. It needs some capital. That is hugely important. It needs commitment from management in terms not just of the staff, the 3,000 jobs under risk at Delmas, but in terms of supplier arrangements. Are suppliers to Daybreak, are they confident enough to supply? Do they want money up front? So there's a lot of moving parts, but as always, I mean, needs to move fast. And I think it's why business rescue is certainly an option, but business rescue is typically a slow and cumbersome process. And something as fast moving as chicken farming, you don't really have that time. So I think a sort of a recapitalization from the PIC and helping in that regard is probably the better and more likely to save the business.
And that's exactly what I wanted us to touch on as well, Simon, about the cash injection that would come from the likes of the PIC. How fruitful or sustainable could that be, looking at maybe a long-term view of whether this company can stay its course?
Yeah, I think, and it comes back to you need good management in place. The logistics is challenging. The process is challenging, as I mentioned right up front. But the PIC also, I think, needs to realize that this is an investment in a business. It absolutely is. Make no mistake about that. And at times, the chicken industry is very profitable. And we see great profits and great dividends coming out of the industry. But they've also got to realize, and I'm sure that they do, they're experienced investors, that there are drawdown times, that there are times where things aren't going your way, profits disappear, you might even go into losses. But as often the case at Tumisang is that we're talking here about the chicken business. There's also just the broader community, the 3,000 people who work there who haven't had salaries. That they are obviously supporting households and many, many other people. So I think it's viable for PIC. They obviously need to have the right management team in place, and then they need to understand the cyclicality of this industry.
As a parting shot, jobs may be on the line. Can they be saved alongside the efforts that are being put in to ensure that Daybreak does not fall on its feet?
They can be saved, absolutely. I mean, a quick cash injection, I wouldn't know the numbers. I'm not close enough to the business to know the exact numbers. But in the PIC scope of things, a relatively modest and quick cash injection can get it back on its feet, I mean, literally within days, within a week, and then the jobs are safe. But the longer term processes, of course, is getting the sustainability and the shareholder and the management all on board so that the jobs are safe, not just for sort of May, June, but for years to come.
Thank you as always for your contribution. JustOneLap Founder Simon Brown talking to us about the situation at Daybreak.